In today's video, I'm going to start something new, which is reflections of my play that I encounter in my private time, or games that is like not caught on stream. This platform is on Ron. I was playing in a game in the World Riichi Online Team League. It happens in every Saturday, 10 PM GMT plus 8. The rule is Akanashi, and I'm in a very dire situations of having just 6,400 in South 2, being the dealer. Luckily, I'm blessed with this kind of hand. It's actually a first world problem hand, right? In this SuuAnkou. Are you going to Riichi or are you not going to Riichi? Now, I think in any situations, SuuAnkou, let's say in East round, is a flat out Riichi. Because when you Riichi, you will lengthen the game, you make people fold, and therefore giving you more draws so that you have a higher chance of winning this Yakuman. It's one of the rare cases where even though you have a Mangan hand, you should Riichi. But have you ever wondered why like certain M-League players, they actually Dama SuuAnkou hand? I actually have never really think through about when to Dama or when to Riichi a SuuAnkou hand. Most of the time, I will Riichi a SuuAnkou hand unless I don't even need a 32k hand. So in this scenario, I decided Riichi. Right, I have to win 48k and overtake the first place. But before I Riichi this hand, like I did plan beforehand to skip Ron from Toyman, which is if the first player deal into me. Because if I were to win a 12k from him, the position don't really change much. I'm only from 6.4k plus 12k is only going to be 18.4k. That is still quite a decent gap from third place and even further gap from like second place. With only South 2, I cannot really assume that I can win another hand already. So it's best that I would want to take this gamble of going straight into first place by skipping the Ron and Sumo this hand. Especially that I'm waiting on 9M and 2P because I have a 3P block. Shimocha has discarded 4P early, so most likely doesn't have 2P. Toyman is doing for Pinzer Honitsu, so he doesn't have 9M. And given that I can also see 27M, that makes 9M possibility of being in the war is also higher. So given this scenario, I feel I can afford to go greedy on this. So that was my plan. Now naturally, I Riichi first. But if my Shimocha, Steve A, dealt into me, then definitely I will take it. Because 12k, I'll be switch position with him. As for Kamicha, should I take the 12k or not? Actually, I'm not sure until at this point in time. I think we should take it because that will bring him down to 25k, around 25 or 26k, while I'll be like at least just one hand or one Mangan away to getting the second place. As compared to just now, I was explaining that I still remain fourth, correct, but at least now I have a chance to reach even second place. Just now, if I were to win a hand from first place, I'm only still fighting for like third place, which is very little point to it, especially in this team league. It's all about consecutive like high scoring Hanjan. So I actually need to make use of this Hanjan. Make use of this variance play. This is especially true for if let's say you are playing in any kind of tournament play. There's really nothing much to gain from avoiding last. You need to go for decent amount of points for you to secure the qualifying. If it's WRC top 32, things like that. Anything below that is just, it has no value. Right. So for this hand, naturally during the game I Riichi immediately. Okay. So here, the worst case thing happened. Right? Toyman Pong pay and discarded 9M. And I kind of lagged here because it has 2 Mjs, and at this point in time, for any player who is like still fighting against a dealer, even given that he's on first place, it's likely that he's on 10 buy. But I still stand by my initial plan that I think it's still worth to skip and be greedy. Or maybe this is experimental play. I can't prove whether this skip at this point in time, given this kind of read, is correct or not. Now, let's continue on. Right, I draw a 3P and definitely a no-brainer card.
Feng.
And the Kandora was 9M, which makes me a bit sour now because I'm on permanent full return. If I'm on Dama 10, I think I will be able to take a 18,000 hand Ron from any players. So in the end, what happened was that Toyman haven't 10 buy, and he pushes 2P. I'm still on full return. This 2P was smuggy, that means 2P was still in the war. And then the game ended with me not winning. Let's take a look at the wall and their player's hand, right? So actually, honestly speaking, I feel Riichi is very difficult to go wrong with SuuAnkou hand, but for a score division like this, I also tend to struggle. I don't think I made very good decisions, and that's why I can't make this video to internalize this reflection of mine. The next time if I get a SuuAnkou hand, and if it's at South round and I'm dead last, I have to think a bit more, right? Typically speaking, players are going to fold against a dealer who is in last place, right? So you can see that this player's hand quite near, right? He folded. Now what I cannot comprehend from this is a bit random, but just for the sake of to see the whole gameplay what happened, right? Feng from this kind of hand is unthinkable. You are in top place, and not only you decided to push a dangerous 9M, you decided to push Haku. And you don't even have a 5 blocks ready for a holding hand. And on top of that, 9M is actually extremely dangerous because I'm Riichi with a 7M. It is a tile that I discarded later than 5P, which generally speaking, most people will keep 5P over 7M, right? So the fact that I keep 7M, definitely I have upper manzi. So 5-8M, 6-9M, 9M is even more dangerous than 6M in this scenario because 9M can still get hit by Shampon. 6M, honestly, 3-6M is not so likely because you will expect to be a more Urasuji, like a 7M discarded earlier, instead of me Riichi with a 7M. So it's more like 6-9M is 6-9M hits. But 9M will have two combinations, which is the Shampoo 9M and the Ramen 9M. So this 9M push is unthinkable. Like by right, he shouldn't be pong the pay and discard 9M. He should have skipped it and used the pay to fully defend. And if he never pong the pay, so this is just a sour talk, I would have won on this 2P draw. Well, that's Mahjong, right? Strangely speaking, I feel it should be a Dama 10. But of course, you can also argue that if I don't Riichi, my Shimocha is going to play the hand and eventually win the hand. It's possible, not pressurizing him, and then he will end up winning the hand. So maybe Riichi is still correct, I do not know. My reflection is that if I plan to even skip Ron, then I actually should not Riichi. Because I can snipe certain players easier. This is actually so that my closest rival being my Shimocha. If my closest rival is my Kamicha, then it's a bit different because if Toybian drops a tile and I skip it, Kamicha being my closest rival follows through, then I also cannot snipe him. But if my closest rival is Shimocha, then I can snipe him after passing on a winning tile. So that's all I want to cover in today's video. It is all about SuuAnkou standard play and how SuuAnkou can be a rather difficult hand to play given different score distribution. I hope these videos give you a different perspective on how certain players play SuuAnkou differently, especially Mnic players when they choose to Dama or Riichi. A lot of times it's due to score division, a lot of times it's when they are considering the extra Uma positions that they will gain from increasing the win rate of Dama or SuuAnkou hand, things like that. But I think that for tournament play, it's always better to just Riichi or SuuAnkou hand because winning the Yakumaman will give you a very big chance of winning the tournament overall. Do you have any other SuuAnkou tricky situations that you wish to explore? Please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Remember to like and subscribe, or even tell me whether you like such videos or not, because I'm thinking whether I should make more of this kind of videos where I reflect about my own play.